some cultures where the matriarch is really valued, there's no menopause symptoms, or there's no hot flashes, and there's no sadness with menopause. So this is all through a lens and through a frame that for us modern women we see as normal, but actually doesn't have to be normal. So there's a few different things that I'm saying, and they're difficult. Hey, remember the training wheels I said in a video before? They were all in training wheels, learning how to kind of become the conscious elders for the future generations. So I think we're all going through a rite of passage in which we're noticing that the way we were in the world is not enough anymore. We need to open our eyes wide, and we need to go, wow, our actions have consequences. We're impacting the future generations. We're teaching the future generations how to be. So what do we want to teach? What do we want to preserve from the past? And what do we feel like we want to harvest and chuck away? And the beauty about the menopause phase is that it is considered in the life cycle of a woman, in which I'll explain more in other videos, is the harvest phase of the cycle. So if spring is menarche, and the mother phase is summer, autumn phase, the harvest phase, is menopause. So she's harvesting a whole life. She's harvesting, she's noticing everything that worked and everything that hasn't worked, and she's wanting to make conscious changes. So I'm saying that now, because we're in these training wheels, women, men, and society, we have to really open our eyes and go, what are we evoking from postmenopausal women? Are we keeping them in a suspended state of premenopause, which is we're keeping them from maturing and aging and becoming the matriarchs that they came to be, because we are asking of them to be the same role that they were before. Remember when I said the rites of passages? You have the person, they go through a rite of passage. It's like a little hero's journey. They go through a rite of passage and something else emerges. And the tribe is very important. The tribe invites them to do something else. Now, women postmenopause are not invited to do something else. They're invited to keep doing the same, be the same, maintain the same level of attractiveness, beauty, body fitness or body shape, hair, and that we dye our hairs. So there's much energy that's focused on a woman's attractiveness, which is the concern of a fertile woman. And then all the things that she could be thinking about to help the world at large, she's not thinking about, because she's very concerned if she's attractive, or if she's looking too old, or if men are going to find her attractive. And a lot of very, very incredibly intelligent women have their hearts completely broken by these very, I'd say, really difficult expectations of society, but they're even not reasonable. They're unreasonable, because they keep us in a state that's not real. They're actually not true. We're denying aging. We're denying the passing of time. We're denying the validity of the wisdom of the wise woman. And then with all of this happening, we have co-created a world in which the wise woman is so afraid of aging. That's all stereotypical, and it's not everybody. I hope you understand that it's not everybody. I'm painting a larger picture here. But we're keeping women from really embracing the new power that's emerging for them, which is a difficult and different. It's a different power. She needs to spend time with herself to recognize this new power in herself. So we're preventing her from doing that. She's also preventing herself. And for example, a lot of the interventions that are offered in the world, if I click, my computer knows, right? My computer knows that I'm perimenopausal. All my social media knows. So all the offerings that come to me is like, oh, do you want to be younger? How about this thing that keeps your wrinkles from appearing? How about this that will take your double chin? So all the offerings are this. If that's all I hear all the time, there's no way I don't feel low self-esteem, really. Like, if that's what's expected of me, then of course I'll have low self-esteem. If I have in my workshops, I talk about the broken mirror. When you have a society that offers you a broken mirror to look at yourself through, of course you end up thinking that you are broken. but actually you have to look at the mirror is broken, it's not us. So my invitation here for you, and I'll do more videos about this. This is again just a new provocation. And again, I'm not criticizing anybody's choices. We're all training wheels. If you so hormone replacement therapy, again, it's another intervention that keeps us in the fertile years, right? So it puts hormones, so the hormones are leaving my body, they're waning. And if I put them back, my body understands as if my body is still producing these hormones. So, my thoughts, my mind, it's all connected. The type of mind that I will have when I'm cycling hormones, or I'm on just progesterone, estrogen. If I'm on these hormones, the type of mind I'll have is a very different type of mind than if I go through the rite of passage and become a menopausal woman with very low amount of hormones produced by the adrenal glands. So your ovaries are not producing hormones anymore. So I'm saying, because all of that has an impact, tremendous impact, not on your life only, but on society at large. And one of the big pieces of all of this, and I'm even writing a book about it at the moment, is that the matriarch, so the energy of the postmenopausal woman, is an energy that we need to counteract the energy of the very fast-paced culture that we have, very high in technology. Technology moves really, really quickly. And the energy of a matriarch, the wise matriarch, that's grounded in her heart, that's grounded in her mind, that cares about the village. She has been a mother, even if she hasn't been a mother, she has that energy in her, That energy is required because when she becomes more systemic in her view, she brings with her all this love, all this care, all this no, this energy of no, you shouldn't do this. And it doesn't have to be, a resentful no. It can just be clear and boundaried. So all these energies are very, very important and very different than the fertile phase. So during all these phases of the woman's life, she has different energies and a different role in the world. And the role of the matriarch is fundamental. And we kind of need to preserve her. Like I feel like we need to fight for her. Like species in extinction. Like, let's fight for the matriarch, like wear t-shirts. Let's revive the matriarch. I say that jokingly and playfully because I think that humor and play is important, because otherwise I'll just sit on the floor and cry. The amount of times that I have to tell people that there are all sorts of symptoms that I feel being a perimenopausal woman. And I constantly have to explain to people why I'm not going to do what they're asking me to do. And I'm going to say, for example, yeah, my brain is not wanting to do this at the moment, but it doesn't mean that I'm failing or I'm incompetent or I'm just, I don't know, unable. It means that my brain is doing other things, quite phenomenal things, really, but not this very thing that you're expecting me to do. So for me to do that, I have had to really fix my mirror and be able to, surround myself with people, with a context, with a lifestyle that allows me to see myself a little bit more through a healthier frame. So I can see that my rite of passage is perfect. It's actually, and I'm not talking about something abstract. I'm just talking about abstract is what we're doing with the journeys of women. We actually, women have a period, they have a cycle, they're cyclical creatures. We have menarche, we start going through our menstrual cycles at the age of 13, 14. We finish that journey, and all of that dramatically shapes the way we are in the world, but somehow we have made this shadow in the world. Like we have just enacted women, men, systems as if this is a mere detail here on the side of my experience. And if I put a little pad, it's okay. And I'm going, no, 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 this isn't the center. This is at the center of what it is to be a woman. She's a cyclical creature, and that's phenomenal. And when she finishes her journey, she comes with the whole wisdom of being cyclical, but she's more forthright because she's not cyclical anymore. So she doesn't have the waxing and waning of her hormones, so she can speak her mind in a different way. We'll go through this another video. So I said many things I really would love you to reflect on that. And maybe the way that you can reflect on that, if you are far away from perimenopause and menopause, that's interesting. You can start reflecting on, wow, how did you think about that? Did you think, what were your what was the image that you had in your mind of a perimenopausal, menopausal woman? If you're going through that phase, that's brilliant. You can reframe and maybe shift things in your life and really take a healthy stance. And I'm not saying you don't need to take hormone replacement therapy or, like I said in other videos, do whatever it takes to take care of yourself and take care of your health, inner health, psychological health, because the context of the world is quite unhealthy. Like it's very confused about female rites of passages. So we need to go slowly with these changes. And some of you might be like, if you're CEO of a business, if you just kick everything around, it's crazy, right? You're gonna lose your job. So just think of what's your context, what's happening in your world, and how would be an elegant way, a gentle way to start implementing some changes. And maybe focusing a little bit on yourself, making sure you focus a little bit on yourself every day, nurturing yourself, nurturing your body. The state of your adrenal glands is really gonna impact the state of your perimenopause and menopause. So all of that is really, really important. And also, I'd love you to leave you with the piece that yes, your role post-menopause is dramatically important. So even if you take hormone replacement therapy, even if you are still with some type of hormones in your body, at some point, maybe consider how it would be to not have that, and what would you have to put into place to become this new woman, this new rite of passage you have crossed. And I invite you to have conversations with people. It's very, very important that women start sharing this with men, with their partners, with their brothers, with their siblings, with their workers, because otherwise we have a tremendous gap in communication and we don't understand one another. So that's the primary role of this channel. So please, if you can use this as a conversation starter, I'd be super grateful. And make sure you leave a comment. And if you like this video, take a moment to subscribe, share with your friends, and see you next time.